नमस्कार दोस्तों। आज मैं आपके साथ कुछ टीवी न्यूज चैनल डिबेट्स की क्लिप शेयर करना चाहूंगा। ये पिछले हफ्ते हुई थी डीमोनेटाइजेशन के टॉपिक पे मिरर नाउ न्यूज चैनल पे, जिसमें मैंने भी पार्टिसिपेट किया था। तब ये बड़ी नई नई खबर निकल के आई थी कि 99% डीमोनेटाइज्ड करेंसी बैंकों में वापस आ चुकी है। तो सब इसी बात पे डिबेट करने लग रहे हैं। डिबेट की मॉडरेटर है फे डसूजा जी। आइए देखते हैं।
Academic. He's also a professor. We also have Dhruv Rathee, who is a very young social activist, and I'm very happy we could have him on the show as well because he's put out a lot of information on demonetization that I want my viewers to hear. You viewers can get active in this conversation as well. You can pick up the phone and call us or...
डिबेट के शुरू में सबसे पूछा गया था, जितने भी लोग डिबेट में आए हुए थे, कि आपकी डीमोनेटाइजेशन के बारे में क्या राय है और 0 से 10 के बीच में आप कितने नंबर देंगे। तो कुछ लोगों ने बोला 7 नंबर देंगे, कुछ लोगों ने बोला 0 नंबर देंगे।
In 14 and 15, the growth was 8 and 6%. So actually, this growth is not unusual. It's not special at all. And I want to bring in Dhruv Rathee. Dhruv, you've been looking at a lot of data. Do you believe that the government's demonetization was a success or a failure?
If we look at all the points that government has said the demonetization would affect, let's go through all the points. First, they said the fake currency would not exist. That was totally untrue because in just a few days after demonetization, there were fake 2,000 notes being printed coming from Bangladesh and Pakistan. Then they said the terror funding would stop. And as you said, there were so many terror incidents just after demonetization. So maybe only for a few days it affected the terror attacks, but after that there was no effect. Then they said the cashless. Then they said the direct tax collection would increase. For that, they show misleading data to us by comparing it to the previous year by saying that it's a 14% growth compared to previous year. So they think that they want to fool people by saying that direct tax collection has increased, so it's a positive effect of demonetization. But as you said rightly, that in 2011, 12, 13, it was also 14%. And before this year, it was 8% in 2015. And if you take that as a base, because this is the growth, so that proves that this tax collection growth is nothing related to demonetization, and demonetization did not increase the tax collection. So all in all, and the black money was the biggest thing. They said 1% of black money came back. All in all, I would say it would have a 0 rating based on its positives. But if you look at the negative things that happened because of demonetization, it cost the economy 1.28 lakh crores. 150 people were dead. 15 lakh jobs were lost. 1% of GDP went down. So I would give it a rating of -10 here.
Dhruv Rathee says -10. I'm going to go to Kamal Mitra Chinoy. He's an activist and a professor.
फिर शाइना, जो कि बीजेपी की स्पोक्स पर्सन है, उनसे पूछा गया कि आपकी क्या राय है इस बारे में कि काला धन जो वापस आना था वो तो वापस आया ही नहीं। अब आप क्या कहना चाहेंगी इस बारे में? तो उनका ये जवाब था।
Firstly, Faye, let's not be short-sighted and let's please look at this in totality. Arun Jaitley today, as the finance minister, in his press conference highlighted few points, and at the cost of repetition, I'd like to reiterate. What was the idea of demonetization? Clearly, it was to do away with a parallel economy, the black money that we all have been talking about. I don't think that the quantum is what is necessary to establish only as a determining factor of whether it was successful or not. Look at the other kind of trickle-down effects. You take a state like Chhattisgarh or Jammu Kashmir, you have statistics to suggest how terror funding and the kind of money that was used for terror activities
no
has
statistics.
been curbed totally. Look at the kind of corruption that has been reduced. Look at the economy which is...
यहाँ पर फे ने इनकी बात को बहुत अच्छा पकड़ा। इन्होंने बोला था कि छत्तीसगढ़ और झारखंड में डीमोनेटाइजेशन की वजह से टेररिस्ट अटैक्स कम हो गए हैं और करप्शन भी कम हो गया है। ये स्टैटिस्टिक्स बताती हैं, लेकिन सच ये है कि ऐसी कोई स्टैटिस्टिक्स है ही नहीं। तो इनकी आर्ग्यूमेंट फिर इस बात पे शिफ्ट हो गया कि कुछ तुम्हारी स्टैटिस्टिक्स हैं, कुछ हमारी स्टैटिस्टिक्स हैं, हमारी कुछ और बताती हैं।
Which is, I don't know where all these varied statistics come from, because there are obviously different numbers doing the round. But clearly, from what my statistics show me, the number of income tax returns filed in 2016-17 did grow by 25%.
और फिर घूम फिर के बाद इस पे आ गई कि ये देखो इनकम टैक्स कलेक्शन इस साल कितना बढ़ा है, उसके पिछले साल के कंपैरिजन में 25% बढ़ा ही है ऑब्वियसली, क्योंकि आप पिछले सालों के भी देख लो, अगर कंपेयर करना हो तो जो ग्रोथ है इनकम टैक्स की वो कितनी हुई है उन पिछले साल से कंपेयर करके, तो पता लग जाएगा कि इस साल की जो ग्रोथ हुई है वो कोई स्पेशल नहीं है.
You cannot question the integrity, the intent of the Honorable Prime Minister or the Finance Minister, because demonetization coupled with GST has put the economy on the right track.
Everybody an opportunity to rebut. I know everybody wants to rebut, but let me bring in Dhruv first. Dhruv, you've heard the arguments from the side of the government. Let's not look at this myopically. Let's not look at it, as a single point right now. Let's look at all of the other things that are happening with it. And it's not for us to pass judgment, but the people of India, Dhruv.
Yeah, surely. But I'm having a holistic view here. I told you all the points they said: fake currency, terror funding, cashless. And in fact, I'd like to make one more point. You said that the intention of demonetization was right, but the implementation was wrong. Now, I would like to even question the intention of the Prime Minister here. I think it was a political stunt. It was only a show-off thing, because let me tell you, they want whole of India to go cashless, but the BJP, the political donations, they don't want to make the political donations cashless. They want normal people to pay cashless, but PM can accept the donations in cash. They want to make Aadhaar mandatory for death certificate, but they don't want to make Aadhaar mandatory for political donations. That has come up with electoral
reforms.
Sorry?
No, Faye, this is a very unsubstantiated allegation. Please do understand that we have had the courage of conviction. Ours is the only political party that has actually made an attempt to have electoral funding come out in the public domain to be absolutely clean at the cost of not receiving the funds that we used to, or for any political party. We have made those amendments and you all know it. So I don't think that should be something which is viewed as an advantage BJP. If at all it is disadvantage.
No, please explain which amendments.
No, the electoral reforms that we've come up with. You cannot.
Yeah, like the
you have to donate in check, and the donations which we used to take are now up to 2,000 rupees, which can come from an individual, and that is it. So I think that you need to give it to us. We've had the courage of conviction to take a decision, which is a very, very bold decision here too, because we all know the way elections were fought in the past. I think that we also need to please see, I mean, you're welcome to have your own assessment on us or our intent, as you said. But I think it is the majority people of this country that realize that India is on the path to growth. India is.
So, Shaina, your argument here today is that
the kind of revenues that have come in from GST as well.
The donations to the political parties opaque. What do you have to say about that? That's the amendment you passed, and that has made the donations more opaque, not more transparent. That shows the intentions you have. The Lokpal bill has not been passed yet. The Lokayukt has not been appointed yet. Anna Hazare is threatening the Prime Minister to launch another agitation. That shows the intentions you have regarding the corruption. That shows the intentions of the Prime Minister. What do you have to say about that?
Faye, may I come in?
Yes, Shaina, go ahead.
There is no corruption. If at all, we have been extremely transparent and communicative. Even in today's address that the finance minister gave, where to the press and to citizens, everything is out in the public domain. We have no skeletons in our closet, and testimony to that is the 3-year track record of this government.
पता नहीं यहाँ पे कौन से इलेक्ट्रल रिफॉर्म्स की बात कर रही है शाइना जी, लेकिन एक बहुत बड़ी रिफॉर्म जो बीजेपी लाई है वो है फाइनेंस बिल, जिसकी वजह से करप्शन लीगलाइज हो चुका है. इस पे पूरा मैंने एक वीडियो भी बनाया था, यहाँ पे आप क्लिक करके देख सकते हैं उस वीडियो को ऊपर. और विसल ब्लोअर प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट जो कि करप्शन के विसल ब्लोअर्स होते हैं उन्हें प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए होता है, उस एक्ट को भी बहुत डाइल्यूट कर दिया गया है। विसल ब्लोअर्स की जान पे खतरा बना रहता है, उसको प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए कुछ नहीं किया गया है यहाँ पे। जो तो मेनली एग्जिस्टिंग लॉज थे, ऐसे रिफॉर्म्स लाए गए हैं कि पॉलिटिकल फंडिंग अब ट्रांसपेरेंट होने की जगह अब और छुपाई जाए पब्लिक से।
And I want to just point out a couple of things.
The finance bill has made the corruption legal. It has legalized corruption, and they have not passed the Lokpal bill. These two things are enough to show the intentions.
I also want to point out that we still don't have details of Swiss bank accounts, that we still have not taken any action against those people who have Panama accounts and who have moved money via Panama ties. We still haven't actually taken any sort of action against those people or those industrialists who have not paid back the banks.
I'll just take a minute. I think this panel has been fantastic, particularly, and my compliments to Rathee, said it better than I could have. But I will say this, Shaina ji, this is वो Shakespeare की line होती थी ना, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. बिल्कुल वही हो गया आज तो। देखिए, if you will humor me, Shaina ji, let's go through your reasons one by one, and I'll only take 30 seconds. अभी मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी की वेबसाइट पढ़ रहा था, and the 3 reasons that Faye began the show with are still there. So अगर counterfeit की बात आती है, then as Faye pointed out, only 7 notes out of every 10 lakhs have been found to be counterfeit. If अगर बात आती है terror funding की, तो these terrorists must be very conscientious that they stood in line, deposited their money, and now going to have it withdrawn. So thirdly, I must say this, Shaina ji, you're saying that now, the Prime Minister says that now there's a new era, etc., and the Finance Minister comes out and he changes the goalposts. He talks about widening of tax base, and as this panel, as the eminent guests on this panel have pointed out, वो तो हर साल वैसे ही बढ़ रहा था. As one very astute caller said, as more and more people turn 18, the base increases. The data is consistent with the same patterns of growth every year. You have done nothing. And Shaina ji, you said that, of course, digital transactions, the new age, etc. Well, RBI data in April suggests there's been a 27% decline in digital transactions, which means we are back to pre-demonetization levels. So, Shaina ji, you were quoting some economist or the other, but I must say in the end, I'm reminded of John Maynard Keynes, and I think this was your guiding philosophy, that in the long run, we are all dead.
यहाँ पे फिर से वही बहुत अच्छा आर्ग्यूमेंट यूज किया गया है, फिर से उसी बात को दोहराया गया है जो मैंने पहले बोली थी कि कैसे ये जो गवर्नमेंट पॉजिटिव चीजें बताती हैं खाली पिछले साल से कंपेयर करेंगी और पीछे के सालों में देखेंगी नहीं, क्योंकि अगर देखेंगी तो पता लग जाएगा डीमोनेटाइजेशन से कोई पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट नहीं आया है.
The point I'm trying to make is that you constantly say, look at the inconvenience to public. It is the same public that is supporting us. The sub-public
Open
who
up
knows
those
that
phone
Prime
lines.
Minister
was the cause of it. I mean, I want to say, if so many people were inconvenienced because of demonetization, they would have definitely given vote to any party but to BJP. Actually, BJP polled
So
the
you're
vote.
saying-
It was a bold decision by the Prime
One
Minister.
second. Let me
to
ask
take a
my
decision.
question. Let me ask.
दोस्तों अब ये देखो किस तरह से पब्लिक का मजाक उड़ाया जा रहा है. आर्ग्यूमेंट अब ये है फाइनली कि क्योंकि पब्लिक ने बीजेपी को वोट दिया यूपी में, इसका मतलब पब्लिक भरोसा करती है बीजेपी पे, इसका मतलब डिमोनेटाइजेशन एक अच्छी चीज थी. बस अब पूरा आर्ग्यूमेंट इसी बात पे आ गया कि इलेक्शन जीत गए इसलिए डिमोनेटाइजेशन अच्छा था.
Terror funding has not been solved. We've lost twice as many Jawans in the year gone by in compared to the 2 years before that, right? And the black money question has, to be in all fairness, not been answered. So while you are saying we are doing this, we are doing that, unless you can give me a concrete connection and evidence, which you're not able to. You cannot make those statements saying, I believe this has happened, but I don't know how. That is called blind faith, Mr. Naini. That is not evidence.
Everything
Where is
can't
the
be spilled
evidence?
on the TV channel.
Do you know?
Everything can't be spilled on the TV channel.
Do you know?
I talk to people
No,
who
means
know.
you know and you're holding
Can I
it back.
just
That's what
make
it
a
is.
line?
Without
second.
losing the lives of 120 or 150 civilians, and without losing 1% of our GDP and millions of jobs.
Well, I concede that you have a valid point there, Faye, but let me please also say when it comes to the GDP, he has clearly said that this impact of demonetization on GDP is only a transient impact. And it's not something which is going to be,
Okay. Let me-
where it is. We're going to only see a robust GDP which is on the
What
growth.
is
Let's say
1%?
something
Anyone on my
the
learned
debts
panel, what is
also
1% of our GDP
Are the
worth
deaths
per year?
of people which happen, they're also temporary, they're also transient. Will they come back alive, the people who died?
उम्मीद है दोस्तों आपको पसंद आया होगा। बाकी अगर आपको पूरी डिबेट देखनी है तो मैं इसका डिस्क्रिप्शन और कमेंट्स में लिंक डाल दूंगा। 1 घंटे की पूरी डिबेट है। धन्यवाद।